Hello, guys. Very excited for day 4 of creating a chat application, custom chat application in FlutterFlow. And I'm setting up the project so we can start. I'll wrap up what all we did in last three streams. We have done authentication flow with sign-ins and login and sign up, and forgot password flows. And then we created in the second stream, we created the UI and UI of the chat screen. And in the third stream we created complete base UI of the chat's home view, chat list view. And we created chat UI. And in this stream we are going to change the theme, which we like the inspiration theme a little bit more good than this theme. Yellow looks good. So what we are going to do is we are going to replace this purple this theme with yellow theme and black and white combination. And we'll also import some new icons, which is more good. And we'll try to create the UI of files, images, and audio sharing chat bubbles, so we can finally start to create the back end of the chat app. So I'll run the app in VS Code, and we can get started. Flutter clean, so we can clean this previous build. And Flutter run. So this will run the app. So this will run, and let's get started with the chat UI. So yesterday we discussed that we need to also build the reply flow, where user can just slide the message just like WhatsApp, and they can reply to that particular message. But for that, in FlutterFlow we don't have specific feature to do that. We can do by some custom logics, but it will be too complex to understand or just to maintain in the first place. So we decided that we can just on long press or double tap, we can just show a pop-up like this, and we can give them options to copy or reply or react. So all this will be done in just one pop-up. So it's this much better than creating that complex flow. So let us create the thing. So for this pop-up, we'll create one more component here. Add a component. I'll create a component. Monitor, okay. Reply options. We'll name it as reply options. Let's keep it as font size, and we are going to first add a blur. So because if you see here, we have this blur option, right? So it looks like blur. So we'll add a blur widget first, and inside that we'll add a container. So for this container, we'll keep 100% of the screen height and width, not 100%. So basically, this stays at the bottom, right? So we'll wrap this with a column, and for column, we'll keep the alignment at end, so it stays at the end. So as you can see, the container is being blurred. So to avoid that, we need the blur in the background of this pop-up. So what we'll do is we'll enable this backdrop, so the content is visible and we have blur in the background. So yeah, and we can give a padding for this container surround. As you can see, let's also enable safe area for this container here. So we just like don't like we override it with the back options of the phone. And for container, we'll give a surround padding of, we'll remove the 100%. Let it take the content width and height. Width we have 100%, so we'll take the height of the container what we have, the content of the container. The padding, will give a padding of 16 in surround, so it will look like this, and we'll have a border radius of 24. Let's keep 24 and see. 24. And inside column, in the container for a column, we will give a padding of let's try 10 or 16. So right and left will give 16, and internal padding will manage with spacing. For end spacing we'll give 16, and start spacing we'll give around 4, and we'll add the drag indicator. So user can also drag the bottom sheet. It will appear as a bottom sheet, so user can also drag and use it. So for that, we'll use a container. We'll keep the color as secondary or alternate, and we'll keep the width as 56 and height as 4. And border radius, we'll keep it as 50, so it looks rounded. And then we have the message they're trying to reply, and here also this would be like different widgets, right? So we'll use the same component as the message what we have. like we created a message pop-up, right? Reply options, we didn't create a component. Okay, let's create a component. What we'll do is we'll cut this here. This both we'll wrap it into one widget. So based on the message type, it will showcase. What we'll do is we'll wrap this with a conditional builder, and we for the else thing we'll add the opposite person message. If user is equals to the current user is equals to the message reference user, so we'll show current user, or else we will show like other normal messages. It appear on the left side, and the sent messages always appears on the right side. For now, we'll just use some static values. So once we are configuring backend, we'll handle all these logics. And we will convert this to a component. Or else even this one thing can also be used. Let's see first let's kind of create this as a component. If we create some problem, we'll just use the chat bubble as the component. Wrap widget. No. Convert to a component. You name it as chat bubble. This container, spacing container, we'll just keep it as transparent. And also this one for the sent messages, we'll keep it as transparent. And let's add this to chats components. And in chat view, we are creating this reply options, right? Let's try to add that here. Chat bubble. So as you can see, it is also showing the spacer. So spacer, what we'll do is we'll keep a conditional visibility. Is spacer visible? Is spacer visible? So spacer we added because we need some gap, so it will just appear as a chat bubble. For that reference here, we don't see any spacing, so we don't need that, right? So what we'll do is spacer visible is equals to, which is boolean. Default it is true. It is visible. Required is optional. Let us also name this as spacer, so it's easy to identify. Spacer, and also for else we'll also name it as spacer. And for this, we'll set this conditional visibility. It is only visible when is spacer is visible is equals to true. We'll copy the same condition and also apply it for the other message type. It is only visible if it is true. We go back here, it's not visible. And default, we'll remove the spacer. for UI building, let's keep it as not visible. And also you can see that the internal spacing also it is like applying. For this also we can set conditional spacing. You can see we have 16 here. What we can set is we can set if and else values, conditional value, where we'll have a single condition if spacer is equals to true. So this can be done dynamically, whether you can, if you want granular control over spacing and visibility, you can have different parameters. Let's say is padding visible, you can just add a parameter is or not, if and else, like a boolean, and then you can differentiate and set the value. So currently I'm just using one spacer value as if it is true, we don't need any padding. If we need padding if it is true. If it is not true, we don't need any padding. So if spacer visible is equals to true, if it is true, we need 16 pixels padding. Else we don't need anything, we just keep it as 0. And we copy the same condition and apply it for all the other padding. Just paste it like this. And now we see the padding is not visible. Only if it is true, when we run the app, it is visible. And so the same thing we'll do for the other message also. Paste. Paste. And paste. And if you go back, you can see like the spacing is there here. So this is there, and we'll keep a item spacing in the parent column as 8. It is less. Let's keep it 12 or 16. 16 is too much. 14 looks good. So this is like a reference of the message there, having the options for either to copy, reply, forward, delete. And we'll have other options. Let's add other options. And start spacing, let's keep it as 8. So now let's keep this as visible here, this one. So let's log in for the testing. You can see like in the first stream we created the authentication flow. You can see it's working correctly, all the different ways, sign up, sign in, and etc. We also integrated the backend for this. Let's log in. From this stream, I'll also give clone URL for this project. So people who are following up, they can just clone the project and follow along with me. That is much efficient, I guess. For the starting streams, I'll provide the clone, but as I said, the end goal of finished product is I'll build the product live. Whoever wants to build with me, they can just lively build with me with all the process. At the end product of this particular outcome of the chat application will be converted to a template, which I'll sell in my marketplace called nocodecart.com. I'll also share that link here in the chat. It's called nocodecart.com. So end template, I don't know how many days it takes. So let's say it takes 1 month of time to live stream and build a complete chat application with all the features. People who build with me, they can build it for free, and until like first 10 to 15 days, I'll share the clone URL. They can clone the update up to that point of time, and they can continue building with me. Or at the end, if they just want the product, they can also purchase the template for themselves. So yeah. So as you can see, we have logged in. let's add a React column. So as you can see, yesterday as I explained, the layout thing, the view, what we see in the UI building in FlutterFlow, right? The core elements are rows and columns, right? So as you can see here, this the drag indicator and the message is on the top. So they are not binding to one, so we just added common padding between them, right? So you can see common padding here, and here. So here React, the title of React and the options we give to React are binded with one ramp here. So this will add a column, and in that we'll add a text, and then you can see icons are scrollable here. So we'll add a row which are generated dynamically here, and we have copy option, and all these other options what you see are one column. In that we add all these options. So yeah, so let's add a column, and in that column we will add text. We'll make the column as expand stretch here, so it is stretch, and the alignment of the content alignment in that particular column will keep it as start, so it always sticks to the start. We'll name this as React, and we'll keep the weight as for 16 or 17. 16 is fine, 600 is fine, and 14 as font size. And then as I said, like we need a row for adding the emojis. For the column also we'll give a padding of 6 pixels, and we have emoji. We for now I'll keep static, like we'll give like standard options. And also if you want more emojis, you can also give, you can have an API for emojis and use them. Let's see if we have any emoji API. Free emoji API. See if I have any pub.dev package. Have some pub.dev packages here. So this also, I guess, like we need to create a custom widget if you want that within the emoji thing. Like just like the text, this one like WhatsApp or what you get for the reactions. If anyone is watching, you can tell me like if you want me to build it as a dynamic emoji selector, or for now let's keep static. How you guys need it, you can just comment there. Meanwhile, I'll search for any options we get here. Let's also use Cloud to ask few questions. So yeah, then the research is like for emojis, like if you wanted gifs and emoji sharing, creating sharing feature. So there are a couple of options. One is using a pub.dev package and having custom actions, a custom widget. And for reactions, if you want just like WhatsApp, and I mean, if you wanted to show recently reacted emojis, we need to store that emojis in app state of FlutterFlow and populate them like that. I'm seeing that. What are the options? If you have those features, it's really good. So in chat, we can give an emoji option where we have like GIF sharing emoji options. Okay. Just like WhatsApp. For GIFs, we have a different package. So we have a emoji package and a GIF package. If you want GIFs and emojis both, we need to either use these two packages. I'm wondering how to create a search function and like we have both. Let me see what is possible. Have emojis, GIFs, and I think for this we need a custom widget. Let's try with Cloud itself, asking it to create a custom widget. So let's create a boilerplate code. And also, I want you guys to um, focus on this. Like whenever you wanted to create a custom widget, right? I'll show you how to create a boilerplate code. Give me a second. I'll be back now. Let's create this. So whenever you're creating a custom widget in FlutterFlow, so if you want, like if you're using Cloud or ChatGPT on the side for custom code, right? So one thing you need to make sure is point number one, you need to have clarity about what exactly you need, not just like see when you want AI models to generate custom code for you, you need it also need to have the same context as you, like what exactly you need. For example, now we are creating a emoji selector just like WhatsApp. So on the text field, we will on the text field of the chat in the inspiration image we don't have that, but what we'll have is here beside this file icon we'll also have emoji selection option. So when users select that emoji selection option, emoji, this one would appear just like WhatsApp, right? And when user wanted to switch to keyboard, they can press again and it'll keyboard of the phone would appear. So yeah, so we will create a custom action, so which will launch a custom widget in the bottom, which would come like this and be displayed. So for this, we'll try to create a custom action which shows the that selection selector, which also include both emojis and GIF, and we'll the icons would change simultaneously. Like if it is emoji, it will show a keyboard option. When they click keyboard, the emoji selection would go and keyboard phone native keyboard would appear. So the this is the concept for this one custom action. I think we can also create a custom action for the we don't need a custom widget actually. uh, let's ask it, and we have a custom widget which would show the emoji selector, emoji picker, and emoji and GIF picker. Picker with a in place of the phone keyboard, in like the phone key. I never built this widget what I'm telling, so I'm explaining it to very detailed way. Like phone keyboard right here in the app UI. Will no, no, creating a custom display like keyboard. Here are option custom widget with media query button. That's it. Bottom and pushes the content of mimicking the keyboard behavior. Mm-hmm. So I guess we need to have a custom widget for it, which can be scrollable also, not just like normal one. Let's create and see like how it looks. So need it to be collapsible by dragging and also expand to 80% of the screen, like pushing the UI above. If you want, I can keep the parent column. So basically, column scrollable. So what I'm telling it is, so if you have noticed in FlutterFlow, when you have text fields and the keyboard appears, the UI will go up when it is, or it will go up only when it is scrollable, right? So I'm just mentioning it to that. So it is scrollable. So when it can have the widget dynamically, and whenever the widget expands, the other UI go automatically scroll. Column I can keep the parent column scrollable. Okay. Wait, I don't want it to create it. I wanted to give it a boilerplate code. Let's create a boilerplate code. Let's create a widget. We call it as emoji. Emoji GIF picker. And we'll press this boilerplate code and add here. And based on the logics, we would need and we'll see what parameters we need. For now, I guess we don't need any parameters. We'll see what parameters we would need. What we'll do is we'll copy the same code here, like the widget code. We'll save this widget here and go to cloud and edit this message. Here is the boiler plate code of the custom widget. We'll give it to it. So it understands it's writing the code for FlutterFlow. Sometimes it just confuses and gives something else. So we have emoji picker Flutter. Emoji picker Flutter. Will it also have GIF? You forgot to add GIF. Hi guys. So I've created the Git Discord channel. So this my no code card Discord channel. So you guys can join this channel for one-on-one conversations if you want to discuss any issues you're facing with your development. So we can help one another. And also I'll be also keep you posted with my templates or video updates in Discord. So you guys can join or collaborate together. So you can join this Discord channel. So yeah, so it is telling that we need a API key from developers.jiffy.com. So we have Jiffy's GIFs. Let me create an account for that. I have reached the limit. Let me bring up my other chat. Let's add these packages to FlutterFlow and see if it works. Go to dependencies here and add your package and Jiffy. Add. Once you add them, you make sure like you press this thing to get all the latest packages. And I'll copy the code, add it to custom widget. So it is already giving me the options or the parameters. So emoji, once emoji is selected, it'll return emoji, and once GIF is selected, it'll return GIF URL. So GIF URL, it'll we need to show it as image, and we need to pass the URL here. GIF API key expanded. So GIF API key, we need to configure it for all the platforms, mobile, web, and Android, iOS, Android, and web. We'll expand it all. Let's compile this. You already see a lot of errors. we I see a lot of errors. API key is not defined. Parameter. I also suggested FlutterFlow that if we have a copy option here on the top, which can copy all the errors, would be good. But we didn't have that option yet. What we'll do is we'll take screenshot of the errors and we'll just post it to the cloud. If you want like precise thing, you can also copy each error and you can paste if you want. So as you can see here, I'm telling it about the errors. Please fix the errors. Errors and I also need the widget to work in all the platforms. Nowadays for cloud, they have over optimized it to give too much of content than requested. Let's compile it now and see if it compiles successfully. You're seeing a lot of errors here. Until then, let's create the UI of remaining things. So we have emoji picker. We'll add text here. Let's add a container first, and we'll remove the width and height and add a text, and we'll give a surround padding of 4. And we'll keep it as 24, something like this. And let's replace it with a emoji. And also make it big and small based on who would like. If we keep 32, it is too much. So let's keep 24. And this will, the width as 50. So let's let it be like this. 426. And this row will make it scrollable, and we'll keep a item spacing of 16 or 10. So when we duplicate, so basically we don't need to duplicate this. It's too much of widget tree. What we'll do is we'll generate it dynamically. So as we discussed, like we'll store the recent selected emojis um, in the app state until the widget is compiled properly, and we build this. We'll use the dummy data. No, it's not. We still have errors. We use constants. So I'll explain you how efficiently we can use constants in things. Um, we'll remove this unwanted things. We don't need this. So constants are like if you have some values in app which are like not changed and it is static, you can use this. So in my case, I don't want the container and the text to be generated to add it like multiple times. What I'll do is I'll add recent emojis or like default emojis. Default emojis, and it will be a list of strings because it will be string, and we'll add those emojis here. I'll copy the emoji here and I'll add it here. Where's the shake hand? So we have these emojis here. So this we'll use as default list of emojis if we don't have any recent emojis, right? So what we are going to do is we are going to go to column and row, and we go to generate dynamic children. We'll create as list. This we can also set as if and else conditions. If and else, like let's say I have app state variable called recent emojis. Recent emojis. We'll have list of strings. In case this is empty, we'll use this list. If it's not, we'll use the app state one. So the condition would be a single one with multiple if and else condition. We go to our app state, select the variable recent emojis, and we'll select like is set and not empty. If that thing is actually set and not empty, if it is true, we'll select the list which is in app state, which is updated by the widget. If not, we'll use constants, which are default emojis, as selectors. And just like we'll select the return type, which is list of strings, that is true, and we just like save like this. So now what it happens, it will populate the children's accordingly, and it is also scrollable. And then we have the next item, which is copy, reply, forward, delete. So here also we need a row, and we space it end to end. Alignment would be end to end, so space between we call. We'll add a row here and a text which is same as the React one. We'll just copy that and paste this here, and we'll name it as copy, and we'll add icon. It's just icon. So the we'll just space between. I mean, for containers and etc., I think FlutterFlow should introduce a tactile feel, like we have in React Native apps or any other apps, like where user can actually feel the tap in case of actions, not just like currently we have this, but it's not like, let's say I had a copy action here, right? It's not tactile. User would not see the. We can add the feel, the sounds, but the feel of it would be very good. Copy, and icons are not that great. Of course, we have custom actions, icons, but I'm just telling copy, and this thing will convert to a component. We'll call it as um, selection tile, etc. Reply option, reply option tile. We'll call it as option tile because we have the same UI for reply, forward, delete, etc. Right? So we'll pass parameters to make it dynamic. So we have title, which is a string, which is optional. We don't. It's not like we need that. And we have icon, which is type is icon, and we save it. We go here and set the parameters so it is dynamic. Title default, we'll just put 2 hyphens, and go to icon, and we'll set the icon to dynamic here, and icon and add this style inside shared. Maybe we would use in the profile option also, so we'll keep it shared. And also we'll add a one more parameter called action on tap, on tap, which is an action. Confirm. So whenever user taps on this particular row, we this action execute. We'll use the add action on tap, and we use a callback action, execute callback, and we select the paused action. So whenever someone select that, so that action would execute. We go back to the chat. This one, reply options. We'll have this. Let's pass the parameters here. So this is copy, and also if we follow this approach, it is also efficient that we don't need to rework many times if for the same type of UI. Select the copy thing. Icon size is 20. Icon color, and on tap we'll set it well. We are setting backend, and we are going to wrap this into. Okay, let it be as it is, and we'll duplicate this. So as you can see here in the reference UI, the copy is separate. Copy option is separate. Reply, forward, and delete are one wrapped content with which is separated by a divider. We'll also do the same. We'll wrap this second thing with a column, and we'll add a divider, and we'll duplicate the option and control and downward arrow, so it goes down, and again we add one more arrow, and we again duplicate this option and push it to bottom. And if you want to just change the UI, you can just change the parameters here. Reply, and change the icon to reply. We need some new icons which are good, and change this to forward. Forward. You don't have an option for forward. We'll import these icons. For now, I'll just set something. I have delete. So the divided option, we'll just set it as 1 per pixel thickness. This is it, and let's improve the gap of the children 6 to 16. So it looks good. So now this is a component we have designed here. This thing is too steep. Let's reduce the border radius a little bit. We'll keep it 20. This looks nice. and end spacing we'll just increase it to 20. So this is the picture here, and let's go to chat view. Let's duplicate this and set a spacing, item spacing to 16. Spacing is already set inside that, so we don't need that. Date on changes, is spacer visible? Yes. And is user or not? So as I said, like we'll set the visibility, right? Based on the reply options. We'll set like is user. This is also a boolean. So based on the logic, we'll just set this. So default will say no and confirm. So we go to conditional builder and pass this action here. If it is an user, it'll show that, or else it'll show a different one. Component parameters is user. To just keep it null safe, we'll just use single condition is user is equals to true. Then we'll show the one what you see here. If else, we'll show this. Is user is equals to true, and this is not. And we'll also pass an action on tap. So we'll keep it as long press on long press. We'll pass an action, and here for conditional builder we'll add an action, so which it applies for both. Callback and execute the long press action. So here on long press passing here, in UI it's not looking, but when we run the app actually it will the spacing and all what I decided in the starting, right? We'll add an action. We'll call a bottom sheet. Bottom sheet show, and it is enable drag. So it can also user can also drag and dismiss it. We'll call the reply options, and it is dismissible. So we added the action on tap, I guess, not long press. On long press, execute callback and save. For now, we'll test the UI. So we'll keep this code aside. Save it. Let's pull the code and test it. Let's pull the code. Also set the navigation. We forgot that. So when user, so this is just dummy navigation for now. On chat select here on the component, we need to create a parameter. So we'll execute that on chat top. Actually, we need to also call a parameter inside this and then pass the action on we'll add a callback on tab and we'll pass the callback here also. So it is a little bit nested, but it is manageable. And here also we'll on tab, what we'll do, we'll navigate to chats page. And keep the navigation transition instant. We'll save the project, pull the code again. And we'll refresh the app. It's showing some errors. Let's see what are the sticky header. Okay. We'll cut the control quit, just like press Q for quitting the thing, because we haven't pulled the code from past to 1 day because we had the sticky header package, right? So it was not able to compile that. So we'll press control flutter clean. We'll write a command flutter clean so it can fetch all the packages again. And flutter run. So now what we'll test is we'll test the UI of this chat, and if we'll say, test the options UI if it is exactly like this or not. The app is running. Let's put it to the side. He also said that we'll make it responsive for both web and mobile. So we'll create the web UI. Web for web, what we'll do is when they create, if they wanted to reply, we can give an option to show the reply option. They can select from um, the dialog, and they can reply. Let's log into the app. Now if I press, it should go to message screen. It's not going to the thing. Okay, chats we have as chat home here. So we are just navigating to the same thing. We have chat view. We need to navigate it to chat view. Okay, chat view. We'll save, Control S, and pull the code. Now let's refresh the app. Guys, I'm gradually trying to increase the live stream duration based on the engagement. For now, I'm just doing 2 hours, 2 hours every day, and based on the engagement, I'll extend the duration. Yes. I'm getting a weird error. I don't know why. Let's try to push the code from FlutterFlow. Yes. I guess we need to restart the app again. Let's quit and restart. Letter clean. Letter run. Make sure to join Discord, subscribe my channels, YouTube or Twitch, or connect on LinkedIn to stay tuned. I'm planning for more and more content to make short videos and like just like course type of things also in future. Let's see how reply options look in the dark mode. So yeah, navigation is working. The back button we need to set. Let's add that also. On long press, we'll have the bottom thing. So as you can see, it is working, right? And if it is copied, we can also copy and okay. We have to set two things. One is we need to set the emojis para reference card. You can see the blur, right? We have the blur feel. In light mode, it looks good. All and we'll go back and set those things. You need to set on long press. Let's set the emojis. We'll go to reply options and set the parameters to the list item, and default we'll just keep it as this one. So it actually shows the value, and then we will need to set the back option for chat view. So we'll say just set it as navigate back. So this will be the hidden in the web. Control S. We'll save it and pull the code. So in web, we'll give an option here to select, like it will have a dialog which comes and they can select. For mobile, it will works on it works on long press. So when they click here and they reply for any options, so it'll appear. So let's refresh. Again, the same error. I don't know that weird error why it's coming. It's why it's showing. Let's run again. Run. Let's log in again. So this is the process of app development, guys. We just need patience and just need to try until we get it properly. So it applies same for Flutter, FlutterFlow, whatever development you do. This is just the same process. We need to test it, we need to iterate it and make it perfect. And now you can see the emojis are being appeared here, and also back button is working. So when user clicks here, we get this, and user can react to that particular post. Great, guys. And we have the blur option also, as you can see. Great. We'll end this stream now here. And next tomorrow, what we'll do is we'll try to uh, integrate more options, like the chat UI for images. Let's say if the chat type is images, we'll show images and files, audio files, and change the theme of the app and try to set up profile page. Once this UI is completed, we can jump into backend, creating the schema and custom actions, widgets, all the stuff, and cloud functions for file storing, etc. If you have any suggestions for CDN of files, you can tell me. I'm thinking to use Firebase itself, Firebase storage for storing the files. If you guys have any better suggestions, you can drop in the comments. I'll make sure to consider those options while selecting. So as I said, that this particular chat app, I didn't had any particular plan in my mind. I just wanted to build a chat application. I built ton of chat applications before, but wanted to know what exactly users need. And most of the chat apps which are in FlutterFlow marketplace or directly provided by FlutterFlow are not that complex. So my goal is to take users' feedback on live and create those complex features which can be adapted to different um, scenarios. Either it is single chat, group chat, it can be scalable to different options. So this was my initial goal, and I'm doing that, and we're doing progress day by day. I'm sure like we'll do more progress in upcoming days. Stay tuned. We'll have a great stream tomorrow, and have a nice day. Thank you, guys. See you in the next stream. Make sure to subscribe and join my Discord channel for extended support or collaboration. Just have fun. Thank you. Take care.